I went live a few minutes ago, but I really wanted to talk about that was one thing I wanted to talk about, right? Um, just living life intentional and on purpose, no longer just surviving, but actually thriving in life. I want to really talk about overcoming anxiety that prevents you from operating in your purpose and passion. And that's really what I'm about. You see my whole channel, all of my podcasts, the vlogs, everything. It is really helping you break through barriers and propel into your purpose. And I mean barriers in various areas. But one of the things I was focused on today, because a lot of times when I do my groups, I do a lot of facilitating psychoeducation groups, empowerment groups with men and women. Majority women these days, but just really talking to a lot of women. And I go to transitional houses, shelters. I like to go to the prisons too. What else? Oh, community programs. And I like talking to the women. I teach them a lot about confidence. I have a lot of courses, and I just really take advantage of using my courses to serve them and help them. And we learn about rewiring the brain, changing our mindset, finding their identity, what their purpose, what their passions are, what they dreamed about all these years, and finally actualizing them or learning how to actualize their dreams. But one of the main things that pop up is their fear of other people, worrying about what other people think. Because again, they're trying to really find out, they're dealing with identity crisis or existential crisis, trying to figure out why are they here, what are they supposed to be doing. And after all the traumatic experiences they've gone through, they haven't dreamed in so long. They've given up on their dreams. And they share that with me. I do processing groups a lot of times, therapeutic groups, and those things will come out. And in the classrooms, they'll come out. And a lot of them have fear. And what I did with one of my classes, because I asked the women in one of the classes I taught, it was about confidence. And I asked them who would like to have a day where you practice just giving a brief introduction of who you are. And I gave them a template to fill out with their names, put down what they want to do, any of their desires, their dreams. And the majority of them said they wanted to do that because we made sure we created, and I say we, because I let them know we are a team, and created a safe space for them to embrace each other. Because I talked a lot before that about you guys are in the same situation right now. This is an opportunity for you guys to build each other up. I tell them that all the time. You're going through transition, especially in the transitional houses. You're going through transition together. How about look at each other instead of not fighting each other, not worrying about y'all worry over the wrong things. What do young people say? You worried about the wrong thing, something like that. And it's like, so when I constantly put that out there, I saw this sisterhood that started to develop, and I thought it was awesome. And that's what I wanted. I said, you can speak into each other's lives right now. So as you guys take turns and giving your brief introduction and maybe a little bit about your skill set or talent that you do have and you have identified, and maybe something you've done in the past but it's been a long time and you want to revive that thing. Talk about that a little bit, and then talk about what you would like to do, like your future goals. And I think I gave them all maybe 10 minutes to do that. It was something like that. Oh my God, the women that came up and took turns. They did the exercise. First of all, I didn't expect to get that much, women who wanted to say, I want to come to the class, I want to come in front of the class, because I wanted also to give them the opportunity, some of them, to speak. Some of them never spoken in front of a crowd. They never spoke in front of a crowd, and they wanted to overcome that. And I said, we're going to do that now. We're going to break through some barriers because God got work for you to do. He has a lot for you to do. And so this is something we got to overcome at this moment. Come on. Oh my God, my heart was full of joy. Most of them said this is the first time they spoke in front of a group of people. My God, that's what I'm saying. Let God use you as an instrument to help other people. You hear me talk about change the trajectory of somebody else's life, that's what I'm talking about. Because of that experience, some of those women live will never be the same again. They just needed that opportunity to hear their own voice, see their own strength, and see the impact that they had on the other ladies. And just watching them take turns one by one, it made them feel so good. For some of them, they was taking their power back. Some of them was finding their voice. Some of them, while they were in the midst of the experience, was getting revelation about what it is they want to do. And God would use me as well to speak a lot, to speak life into their dreams and their visions, and declare it and decree it. Most of them wanted to share their stories. I said, do you know how many people are going around sharing their stories and made it a business? They're getting $5,000, $10,000 for each speaking engagement, 3,000, 500, 100, whatever. Just sharing their life story, because their life story is going to help somebody else break a barrier or prevent somebody from going through what they've gone through. That, to me, that's what life is all about. I don't care what you do, how much money you make. Until you make impact on somebody else's life, that's what's going to matter. Even if it's your family, friends. That's the stuff I love to do. That's what this channel is all about. That's why I became a certified life purpose coach, a mental health coach. That's why I've been working in the field of social work and human services as a behavioral health clinician, as a life coach. I did a number of things in the field. Trauma informed care, pastoral counselor, minister. It's all to serve. I found my purpose, and I love to help other people see their purpose, and knowing that purpose can change in different seasons. But to find a sense of purpose, and even finding out what they're passionate about. Most of the time when I first start the class, I'll ask the women or men, what are you passionate about? Now, some of them know, some of them forgot, and some of them are trying to figure it out. Some say they don't have one. I make them dig deeper though. So we do some strategies and exercises so they can dig deeper to find out what they're passionate about. So we'll go back to the childhood, because we need to. You need to remember what you loved and liked as a kid. A lot of times the answer starts from there. And then we're forward all the way up to the present. And they can start writing down. So I give them, again, I give them sheets of paper, and I create these templates and worksheets for them to fill out. And as they start filling it out, they start smiling and they start sharing their stories. And I encourage them to share their stories in either it's a therapeutic group or the classroom, psychoeducation group. And when I love to see when a group takes a life of its own. And I tell them that. Any of my participants, I'm like, no, this is what I want. I want you guys to build each other up. This is empowerment. It's not about me. I'm facilitating, okay? You guys are doing the work. Giving you tools and strategies, and you apply it, you become empowered. I can't empower you. One of my professors said that when I was studying Masters in Clinical Social Work. She said, we can't empower people. We can't make people do stuff, but we can give them this. So I decided to say, because a lot of people say, I am here to empower you. But remembering what my professor said, one of my professors, I said, you know what? I'm going to change my language and start saying, I'm going to give you tools and strategies to help you become empowered. You have to apply it at the end of the day. That's what make you become empowered. I'm going to implement them in the classes. I'm going to implement them in sessions, coaching, counseling. But you have to apply it. You have to practice it. You become that. Come on, somebody. That's how I feel fulfilled. Seeing somebody else win in life make me want to cry right now. My heart gets overwhelmed. Oh my God. And to see the joy, and then to see the maturation of what they want to operate in, whatever project or passion or dream, and to see it realized, I feel as if it's me. I've always been that person from a little girl. When somebody's experiencing wins, I always celebrate them, and it made me feel like I'm winning too. I don't know. I have some of that from my mother, and some of that is from the joy of the Lord, because He did it with me. He did that in me and with me. So because of that, I can celebrate and rejoice for other people, because I know my value and my strengths, my gift and my talent. God showed me my self-worth and my own value. So because I embrace those things, and I practice living in it, I am free, liberated, healed, all those things to embrace other people's. Oh my God. That is living, guys. When I say thriving, I'm talking about that as well. Oh my God. So, yes, I want you to work on the things you need to do to overcome any anxiety and fears that are preventing you from living life on purpose. And so I brought up the group because a lot of the women were saying that they have an anxiety and fear about like something that's speaking in front of other people, which some of us find easy. But I remind them, oh no, when I first started, I was scared and nervous too. I used to hold the mic and my hands would shake, but I would speak. I said, mine started in church. I started preaching. But I knew that God was with me, and I knew that He called me. So when I realized and knew that I had a calling, I had a peace about that. Now the thing was practicing it, and that's going to take practice. You keep doing it. I said the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become. Then your fear will be different. It'll be more of just that initial feel like, but not the kind that's crippling, where it'll hold you back from performing and producing and being productive. And I'm telling you, I said you'll feel free and liberated because it feel like God have His hands on your shoulders and on your back. For me, I always felt like He was on my back because he would push me in a gentle way. Don't think of push as negative. Think of push as this a nice moving up. Okay, come on, you can do it. I'm with you. I got you. You ain't doing this by yourself. And so that's what I teach the other one. I said, my God, when you experience that, your life will change. Your life, you will do things you never thought you would do. You would, oh my God, you would step into rooms you never thought. Matter of fact, you'll step into rooms you felt like you didn't belong or fit into because you see your value and you see your strength and you know the impact and influence you have on people. And so I give them these strategies and exercises in my classes. I love it, where they practice those things among each other. And then they come back and give a report like the next class. Oh, I love it. That's the homework. That's one of the homework. Anyway, I just wanted to come and encourage you to do the same thing. Whatever that thing is, whatever you have an anxiousness and anxiety about and fear about, I want you to tell yourself, I am going to overcome this because I got a dream to fulfill. I got passions that I want to operate in and purpose. And I can't let this stop me. So if I need to find a new group of people to be with, other people who are doing what I want to do, so I can continuously get encouragement, so I can learn from them. If I need to change my mindset, and I'm all about that mindset, I'm all about changing that perspective and perception, then I need to do that. So that means I need to watch more of Cheryl's videos. Okay? Watch my podcast, Get Your Life Back with Cheryl podcast. I didn't just name it Get Your Life Back for no reason, guys. I had to get my life back. Still getting my life back. Still unfolding things that I want to unfold and do things I want to do. But I implemented everything I've learned. Every conference I went to, retreat, word, God's word, the community I surrounded myself with, people who are progressive, they're doing things and they're encouraging and they're loving. And they also know their own worth and value. So they celebrate me and they see me as I see them. And they speak into those things. And I speak, it's a reciprocal relationship. That's the type of relationship you need to be in. This group of people, they can reciprocate love and support. And you could do the same thing with them. That's community, guys. That's what I'm saying. So because I had that, I was able to do more. I found myself in a room and around other people I didn't really think that would pay me attention, maybe. Trying to think back as I talk to you. Like, now, I will say for me, I always felt like I had greatness, but I didn't know how to get it out of me. And I didn't know if it would come out of me. And so because I did all of the things I just mentioned, it put me in those rooms. I remember an old message from Bishop T.D. Jakes preach about you just going to stumble into it. Sometimes it'll feel like you just stumble into an opportunity and a blessing. God's hand was working in the back, right? But it'll feel like you just stumble like, oh my God, favor just hit me. Because you made a decision to live on purpose. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about today again. Please tell me if you feel like you're at this stage in your life now where you need to make a shift, and it's going to start with that mindset, mind shift change, seeing yourself different, changing your lens, clearing your lens, cleaning those lenses, right? So that way you can see more clearly how you want to live out the rest of your life. That is positive psychology. Living the rest of my life better, doing things differently, stopping the insanity. How can I want a different outcome if I'm doing the same thing the same way over and over and over again? And I'm expecting a different result? That don't make any sense. As my daughter would say, that's crazy. Okay, so I keep licking my lips 'cause I need some chapstick, and I'm hoping it doesn't look gray up here and dry. But I want to share that with you. Okay, guys, please, um, I want to hear more about you, what you want, what you desire, or maybe share your testimony, something you've overcome. Share it in the comment section. You never know who you're going to bless. Just in the comment section. I always say, don't make light of every situation and opportunity. A comment may change somebody else's life. You sharing real briefly about something you overcame and now you was able to do this. I used to be scared of this, or I used to be nervous about this, or I used to doubt myself about this, but now I've done this and this is what happened. This is how you felt, this is how you overcame, and and then put the result of you overcoming something. That's what I'm talking about. You guys be blessed, okay? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things, and comment, please. All right, community, get your life back, tribe. Bye-bye.